Who am I speaking with?
Graham Carr from Zappos.com.
Hey, Graham, I interviewed your CEO last year, and now I'm interviewing you after you give a phenomenal presentation about your culture, which is, as I spoke to your boss, Tony Shea, that is all about happiness. So how do you maintain that culture internally? You show that how you sort of expose it to the world, but I'm intrigued with how does the communications go on internally to maintain that culture?
So it happens on several different levels. One thing that we make available to everybody are a series of distribution lists, and those can range in interest. So we have Star Wars at Zappos.com, we have hiking at Zappos.com, we have fashion design at Zappos.com. So that's just one way where you're able to kind of get messages on a mass email system. Now, we all know that that's not scalable as we get to have thousands of employees and the emails stack up through the workday. So like I mentioned in my presentation today, while everyone's in training, we offer like a Twitter class. So we teach people how to use Twitter to communicate with each other. We try to empower people to really use the tools such as creating lists for people that are in your graduation class, creating lists for people that are in your teams, being able to send group messaging. For a while, a lot of us were using group.me and Meetup. We haven't been as much, so much lately. We really don't use like an internal social tool such as like Yammer. We really try to keep it all much smaller. So you'll find Zappos is kind of high schoolish in that there's like posters everywhere for events that are coming up, like, you know, and there's also like posters just that help with general awareness. But because we've created all these pods within the business that are really meant for serendipitous interaction, you'll find in these workspaces different literature about things that are going on. So really people are kind of spreading it all the time. It's more of a hive, not so much like a top-down, trickle-down effect.
One of the things that I always run into is, you know, the people who work in creative or customer service are kind of having a more fun time. What about the person who's working in human resources, or more importantly, maybe say something like, you know, accounting? Are they still engaging in all the levels of fun?
Yeah, they need to be. So, I mean, no matter what your position is, you still need to be a culture fit, and create fun and a little weirdness is one of our core values. So that's living the culture. So one thing I can tell you about our HR team, and I hope that they're not watching, is that when tours come through, they do, to Eye of the Tiger, they do a shake weight dance as tours come by, which looks really awful, but it's really funny kind of coming from an HR team. You know, the legal team does a series of cool kind of themed days. Finance and accounting is known for their haunted houses, so they really know how to get involved with the culture, and they understand the impact that culture has on the business firsthand because they're looking at the receipts.
Now, the last question is about advice. I know that you sort of began your presentation saying you don't need to copy, nor should you copy Zappos culture, but many organizations have been around a lot longer than Zappos, and we see these cool cultures from more young companies like yourself and Facebook. What advice would you give to sort of, you know, sort of snap into a more fun and engaging culture, if not, you know, a silly culture like what you had, but something that is more relaxing, where many organizations are maybe a little uptight?
Well, as you heard in my presentation, it's all really about that higher vision and kind of knowing what it is that makes you happy, understanding the science of happiness. So we really just think that any company can apply this to their business. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to draft 10 core values and have donut eating contests, but we have a business-to-business arm specifically for this purpose that's called Zappos Insights. You can come and take a 2 or 3 day boot camp. You can be fully immersed in the culture. You can spend time with a specific team that works with an issue that you're interested in and learn how to really make culture happen. Now, we don't think that overnight you're gonna have a Zappos on your hands, and you probably don't want to. So we really think that you can come and take kind of the best of what we have to offer and apply it to your business.
Awesome. Hey, Graham, thank you so much for your time. And by the way, your mom says you're an amazing singer.
Yeah, of course she does.
Your mom was really touting you, and I think you should open your next speech with a presentation, with a song, excuse me.
I'm down. I have an amazing falsetto, so look out.